If you want peace, prepare for war. I came across this old quote from a Roman general some time ago. If you want peace, prepare for war. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that principle applies to almost every area of life. Most people think peace comes from avoiding problems. It doesn't. Peace comes from being prepared for them. Think about it. The person who's always worried about money usually isn't worried because they're broke. They're worried because they don't have a plan. The person who constantly is stressed about the future isn't always facing a crisis. They're often facing uncertainty. Preparation creates confidence. Confidence is what creates peace. I learned that lesson the hard way. There was a time in my life when everything felt like an emergency. I was one bill away from disaster, one setback away from falling apart, one unexpected problem from losing everything. And when you live like that long enough, it changes you. You're always looking over your shoulder, always waiting for something bad to happen, always reactive, never prepared. The problem with living in survival mode is that survival mode doesn't allow you to build. You're too busy putting out fires. And I think a lot of people are living like that right now. They're working hard, doing their best, yet gas prices are through the roof. Grocery prices are through the roof, and so on and so on. People just trying to keep their heads above water, but never getting ahead because they're constantly reacting instead of preparing. That's why preparation matters. Not because life won't happen. Life is going to happen. People will disappoint you, jobs will end, cars will break down, unexpected bills will show up. That's just life. The problem is, what are you doing today to prepare for tomorrow? Because peace isn't the absence of problems. Peace is knowing you're going to be okay when the problems come. I think that's one of the reasons faith is so important. Faith doesn't mean believing bad things will never happen. Faith means believing that you will make it through them. There's a difference. One of my favorite verses says, put on the full armor of God. Now I want you to think about that. Armor isn't a vacation. Armor is preparation. The instruction wasn't wait until the battle starts. The instruction was be ready before it gets here. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. That's wisdom. That's where I see a lot of people struggle. They wait until the crisis starts before they start preparing. They wait until their health is bad before they consider getting a gym membership or taking care of themselves. They wait until the relationship is falling apart before they start communicating. They wait until they're broke before they start budgeting. They wait until life punches them in the mouth before they start getting ready. Preparation doesn't feel exciting. No one posts about preparation. No one celebrates preparation. But preparation is what creates stability. I think about my own life, the jobs, the setbacks, starting over, rebuilding. There were seasons where I couldn't control what happened to me, but I could control how I reacted and if I would be prepared and determined to be ready when the next opportunity showed up. And that's what changed my life. Because eventually I stopped asking, why is this happening? And I started asking, what can I do right now to be ready for what's next? That's a completely different mindset. And that mindset creates peace. So if you want peace in your finances, prepare. If you want peace in your relationships, prepare. If you want peace in your future, prepare. Because the Roman general was right. And I do apologize for not knowing his name. But if you want peace, prepare for war. Not because you're expecting the worst, but because you respect reality. And the people who prepare for reality are usually the people who handle it the best when it arrives. Faith plus work equals success. Stay tapped in.